Something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the night-themed Rave podcast. I am Raven, and oops, let me get our guests there off the screen. We are not joined by guests today. Monkey and Karma, would you please introduce yourselves?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lord and Monkey. I am, as usual, very wholesome. I had the podcast in the background because I'm on ModView. Shit. But yeah, I'm very wholesome and glad to be here.
Karma?
Karma? Is your mic broke again?
Alright, Karma, good introduction. That's Heir of Karma. His name is Karma. He usually just says hi, and that's his intro.
And it's usually really awkward.
Yes. Today we're going to be talking about the anime Doctor Stone. It is Monkey's favorite manga.
One of my favorite animes. Fairy Tail is my top, but Dr. Stone is really close.
And I have seen season 1 mostly. And Karma, I don't know what he's seen. He's not here. So,
Yeah, Karma is crashing right now. So, should I like explain what Dr. Stone is?
yeah, sure, go ahead.
So, if you don't know Dr. Stone, so if you have been living under a stone, um, Dr. Stone is a world about basically the story of a guy named Senku. So everyone on Earth got petrified. So everyone turned to stone. So with that in mind, like the world kept going, and eventually like people like went back to the Stone Age. So when like the petrified modern humans started coming back, like breaking out, well, Senku decided that he's gonna bring back the scientific civilization, and the the anime centers around scientific discovery and how Senku brings science to the stone world. It centers more. A good description I heard is the anime centers around the preparation for the fight instead of the fight itself.
Which, with that in mind, there is a problem I do have with the anime I will bring up. But, episode, I want to say it's like 19 or 20. Kind of bullshit based on the description that I heard. I have watched the two YouTube videos by Relax and Recap in all capitals. They did a full recap of Doctor Stone's season 1 split into 2 parts. I have personally watched up until episode 15, and then I just watched the recap for the last however many episodes it was. Karma has also said that his Discord isn't working. He can hear us, but we can't hear him. So, there's that.
You want to try on your phone, Karma? The audio might not be as good, but like at least we'll hear you.
Yes, and I had an error with the chat bot. Not chat bot, the chat box. I have fixed the chat box. So hello, Memer Supreme and Karma's in chat. You can now see their messages. Well, you can at least see the new messages.
Also, now we are affiliate. Yay! This is the first affiliate stream. So channel rewards will come shortly. Set them up yet?
Just the basic ones are there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get stuff like choosing some teams or maybe being a guest, some stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll probably allow these things. We'll probably never do bets, so we'll probably keep the rewards somewhat low, like maybe 2,000 for the highest reward or something. We'll talk about it later.
Is this working better?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on my phone now.
Congratulations, Scuff Mike, here we go.
Karma!
So, how do we want to do this? Do you want me to start talking about the show and you can cut me off whenever I say something inaccurate?
Well, you did send me questions.
I did send you questions, but those are mostly just 5 questions that happen later in the season. I feel like we should at least acknowledge the first 15 episodes.
Fair enough. Let's go for it.
Karma, did you watch the recap episodes?
I'll admit, I have been busy. I've been watching The Seven Deadly Sins, the newest season today.
Oh, good. So you didn't prepare for our
It's
podcast.
So, I didn't actually watch the recaps.
That's something else we could do, like, since it's a new anime, I'll watch it and just talk about what we liked about it and what we disliked.
Okay, we could do that. We already have that for one new anime coming up in a little bit here. So I'm a Spider, So What, which is actually going to be next Wednesday's episode.
I fucking need to watch it then.
Yes, you do. I need to watch the last episode.
Shit.
You guys will teach me about it.
Yeah. I'm going to have a lot of fun when it comes to that episode, but right now it's for Dr. Stone. So Dr. Stone, I kind of blinked out because I was trying to fix some stuff while Monkey was talking. But episode 1 starts off in a high school with Senku, the main character, who is a prodigy, basically doing some science shit. And his best friend, let me see his name really quick, Taiju.
Yes.
Shows up. And there's also Yakuza. Yuzuriha.
Yuzuriha. Yeah,
Yuzuriha, yes, okay.
Taiju's crush.
Yes. Taiju is crushing on Yuzuriha. Yuzuriha is kind of into him. It's a thing. But when he goes to go confess to her, a giant green light overtakes the world and turns every living thing into stone. And then I believe it's 3,200 years later?
3,700.
3,700 years later, Taiju wakes up because Senku had used this fluid to basically break the petrification that was on him. It was made out of rat poop and some other stuff.
Well,
no, that's where you're wrong.
I said I don't think. From what I can recall from watching, 3 episodes, Taiju actually, I believe, woke up through sheer willpower.
Yeah. Hello, Schmeedy.
No, he didn't.
I'm not roaring for you, Schmeedy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it either.
He woke up though because there was some bat liquid thing that was dripping on him, and that weakened the stone. And Senku did that so that he would wake up. So Senku awoken him.
Senku didn't do it.
Yeah, he said he did.
Senku anticipated that Taiju would come back to life.
Sweetie, no, we're not going to roar.
All right,
roar.
You got it. Roar.
Roar.
I'm not doing it.
X3 nuzzles pounces on you. Ooh, you so warm. Couldn't help but notice your bulge from across the floor.
Oh my god.
Nuzzles your necky wecky. Ooh, you so musky. Something like that. I don't remember the rest.
Someone silence him. Oh god, I think Schmidty's into it.
I have all the power. So I'm looking at the list of characters right now. So how do you say his name again? Taiju and Seku basically start laying out the fundamentals of... I said Senku. Either way, they start laying out the fundamentals that they need to survive. Senku has been alive again, unpetrified, whatever you want to call it.
For a few months.
Yeah, I think it was 6 months they said in the video, but I could be wrong. But he's basically created some basic clothing, some spears, some clay bottles, and he's working on a miracle fluid that he calls it that will basically unpetrify people.
No, he didn't work on it. He basically discovered it because he found out that nitric acid, which is the liquid that was dripping on Taiju, it doesn't work instantly like the miracle fluid. To work the miracle fluid, you need an extra component that you need to brew. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, well, it took him multiple tries and a lot of birds, but he eventually got the miracle fluid to work. And then he was going to make enough to go get Taiju's crush, uses her... God, names are hard. Either way,
yeah.
While that was happening, they came across a bunch of tigers or lions. I think it was tigers. Lions, okay. And they actually end up coming across a man named Tsukasa, who's basically
the high schooler.
Yes, he is the strongest high schooler, very anime tropey. He's more ripped than Jotaro. And they end up having to free him instead of Yakuhuzura because Yakuhuzura would be, I don't know how to fucking say her name, by the way. She would be naked, and that's, like, not okay. So they rescue Casa, and he fights off the lions, or tigers. Yeah, it was lions. He fights off the lions for them. They make sort of a little bit of an alliance, and then eventually it comes to light
You
that...
forgot a major part.
Which part?
You never. Do you remember how Senku broke out of the stone?
No. Also, it wasn't
Senku
explained yet.
Stayed conscious for the 3,700 fucking years. Every second. He counted every single second to be sure he would wake up in spring.
Yes. And then he just willed himself to life.
Well, because he was still conscious, he wasn't stone all the way through. So he just broke free from the stone.
Yeah. It's a miracle nothing tried to break the stone around him and eat him or anything.
Well, it is a piece of rock.
You'd imagine after like 3,000 years there would be mutants. That's what I would assume. But there's no mutants in this anime. -1 point.
No, it's a scientific anime.
Yeah, but evolution would have happened. I mean, presumably. I could imagine, like, an animal that specifically eats stone to survive, and then because there's so much of it, I don't know, though. I'm not super big on science, so I don't know.
How would affect it?
Also, by the way, at some point there's a dog. I meant to ask that question. How the fuck did they get a dog?
What?
We'll get to
I don't
that.
remember.
We'll get to that.
Yes,
Chalk.
Suika has a dog. And the dog is, well, because, like, only swallows and humans were turned to stone. Everything else was fine.
Oh, that's right, because there was lions and shit. Why the fuck were swallows turned to fucking stone?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
We're gonna find out in season 3, presumably.
Okay. So
Because
back to what I was saying. Tsukasa...
I mean, I can kind of guess why they wanted to. I mean, if they're, I know close to nothing about it, but I can kind of guess, like, there's someone or something behind the stone making. So I think that they tested it on the birds first to see if it would work, and then they did it to the humans. Not sure why.
Yeah, the question is the reason why is anime, and like your swallow, the theory about the swallow actually makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Back to what we were doing. Tsukasa, he actually turns out to be kind of evil, and he turns out to be the main villain of the anime when he starts killing people, essentially, by breaking their stone petrified states. And
Yeah,
he
he
expresses...
I want to explain why he's evil, because you saying he's evil isn't working with my politics class that I got in college.
Well, I
So I'm
didn't
gonna
finish
explain
yet.
it.
Let me finish, and then I will listen to what you have to say. But I was going to say the reason he is evil is because he hates adults, because they were terrible to him in his life, and he only likes children. Now I'm finished. Do you have any opposing statements to that?
I would say that it's more of I would compare it to political views. Like, Senku is basically wants progress. He wants to bring back the scientific like society that we had, and that's the focus of the anime. Tsukasa, on the other hand, has another view, so they oppose. So it's not necessarily that he's evil, beside the killing thing. It's the fact that he doesn't agree with Senku's view, so they oppose.
Well, okay, at that point then, we'll bring it up into this. Senku wants progression, like you said. He wants to bring back everyone, regardless of anything that happened in the past.
Yes.
Tsukasa, on the other hand, thinks that they shouldn't bring back people who he thinks is evil or bad.
You know what Tsukasa's mindset reminds me of a little bit?
A generic anime
Not-
villain?
No, Nazism. I don't know if you see why.
Okay. I could see one
just
parallel at
compared-
least.
Tsukasa to Natsu.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Really, dude?
I heard Nazi.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
He's eliminating people that he thinks are weak or that won't fit.
By the way, how does he know that? That's never explained, right? Like, he's just going up to people who are made of stone and just randomly assuming their past lives?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead. Not defected. I'm reading what you're saying.
Yeah, go
You have
ahead.
an answer?
Give us your amazing answer.
You seem to have all of my answers. Give
Yeah.
us one.
I feel like he's typing out one hell of a paragraph now.
Yeah.
I'll give my answer afterwards. Now it's just an awkward silence waiting for.
Well, then I'll continue on to the next point. Basically, Senku disagrees with him, and then they continue work together for a little bit until Tsukasa wants to know about the revival fluid so that he can basically get his own army and revive whoever he wants. Senku says fuck no and creates a crossbow to attempt to shoot at him, which doesn't go very well. And then he just kind of leaves.
It said, doesn't at some point?
Right, we got defected.
Okay, I'll read it out loud.
No, he made a crossbow.
He made a crossbow. He's targeting adults because he views society as a whole as corrupt, taking advantage of the weak. He determines it as they are adults. He is basing off the fact that they are adults.
Yeah, I thought they tried to make like explosions, but yeah.
They did. That happens later. If you would have watched the recap, you would know this.
Well, okay, yeah, I don't have an excuse.
They did not try to make guns yet at this
Yeah,
point.
they tried to make gunpowder, but Taiju blew it up when he threw a rock on it.
Yes, you are too far ahead. Also, Tsukasa then disappears. Senku, Tanju, Yasuhara are now resurrected. Whatever. Y. Their fucking name is Y now. Ogawa. I'm gonna call her Ogawa. That's her last name.
Womo.
Ogawa, Tanju, and Seku basically fake their deaths and try to leave because they don't want Tsukasa to come after them and they're not strong enough to beat him. Senku has the idea to make a gun, so they go to find gunpowder, the main ingredient for guns. Along the way...
No, correction, to make.
To make gunpowder, sorry.
Yeah. So they use crushed up shells, sulfur, and something else that I forgot. Coal.
Coal, yes. While on their way to actually find the ingredients, they get the clams with Tsukasa and Taiju, and then they end up coming across a Japanese landmark. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, Buddha.
The Buddha. Yeah. There's no real significance to that, as far as I'm aware, but they come across the Buddha. And then they find a hot spring, which is a famous hot spring. Do you know the name of that one?
Like I said, I've only seen like 3 episodes and didn't watch the recaps, so...
It was a
sauna?
Some, hot water. There weren't any, specific name for it.
No, there was.
No, there weren't.
Yeah, there was. I'm gonna go look right now.
They found a source of hot water.
Them to Hakone. Once they come across
Hakone. Let me rewind the video 5 seconds and play it. So the Buddha they found is called the Great Buddha of Kamakura.
of Kamakura, which they use as a landmark to guide
We're
them
just
to
listening
Hakone.
to Raven just tell me what one of my favorite anime is.
Once they come across the volcanic hot spring, Senku implements his plan to make a jump in
Is
their
that what we're
technology.
doing?
Either way, yes, I'm telling you all about your favorite anime because you didn't do it, so I started doing it. Basically, at this point, though, they accidentally set off the gunpowder they make, most of it anyway, and they create a giant smoke signal. There is then another smoke signal off in the distance, which is created by Kohaku, presumably.
Yes, good job. You got the name right.
That one's an easy name. The single names are easy, alright? Like Jasper, Turquoise, Sozu, Mantle, Magma, Genbu. These are easy names, but you gotta give me these Japanese-ass names like Ishigami. Like, come on, dude.
She got me right.
I know I did. I'm a fucking 10 out of 10 amazing genius. Either way, though. I don't know how to say this person's name, though. Yui? I don't fucking know. He's season
Yohei,
2.
I think.
I don't know. Season
What
2.
the fuck did you try to pronounce? I know that I've watched it anime several times. I don't even know what you tried to say.
His name is Yo. That's his first name, Yo. His last name is Uei. Yo Yui.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Yohei. Sounds so much better.
I'm gonna call him Yowie now. Either way, he doesn't come up until season 2 anyway, so he's fucking irrelevant. So, what part was I on now? Oh, yeah.
No, it's the Archer.
What?
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Tsukasa, though, is alerted by the smoke signal created and ends up finding Senku, Tanju, and Why?
Yuzuriha.
Why? And takes Y
Yeah,
hostage. Basically demanding to know what the ingredients are for the miracle fluid that he's using to unpetrify people. Senku reluctantly gives this information because he doesn't want Y to die. And then...
No, that's not it. Senku is a guy that goes with like the most logical option. And at the moment, the most logical option was, well, if I want to bring back civilization, I can do it while I'm offed. So I'm gonna give him the recipe because there's more chances of him letting me live. Senku
It's
will
the exact
always
opposite,
choose-
though. What are you talking about?
I know, but that's what Senku hoped. Like, so how Senku's brain works is like he will always go for the option that will bring him like that makes the most sense, basically.
Logical sense.
In my
Logical.
opinion, he made the wrong choice here. I think Y should have fucking bit the dust. Just because her name is fucking hard to pronounce. Either way, he tells Tsukasa, and then Tsukasa is like, oh, great, I'm gonna fucking kill you now. Because he no longer needs Senku to be alive, because he knows the formula now. So he attempts to kill Senku, and there's a cliffhanger in the episode where, oh no, Senku's dead. And at this point, Monkey, why don't you just take over?
So do I want to drop that spoiler, or am I?
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
mean-
basically spoiled a fuck ton of shit. So are we going to do it on the spoiling route?
we're going for Season 1 spoilers.
Fair enough. Well, so it turns out that the miracle fluid is really good at healing people. So Taiju, I think it was Taiju who figured it out, which is really surprising considering is a noob like Senku says.
But you tell
Taiju
me the
is a-
dumbass actually did something smart?
Yes, and he using the miracle fluid and pouring it on Senku's piece of rock that was still on his neck, healing his broken neck and bringing him back.
Actually, there's a slight correction I want to make to you. He didn't actually break his neck. He made him think he broke his neck.
No, his neck was broken, but like the miracle fluid killed it.
But Senku specifically says that he kept that piece there so that he could trick Tsukasa into thinking that he broke his neck. But when in actuality,
But that's
because
the
of
thing.
the rock, it didn't actually break.
Yeah, but he still died. Like he only came back to life because the chemical fluid could hit that specific piece of rock and heal his neck.
I thought he was just faking being dead. I didn't realize he was actually dead
No,
during
he
that
was actually
scene.
dead.
Alright, apparently the main character dies and then comes back to life. This is a science anime, everyone.
See, even Defected agrees with me. Thank you, Defected.
Okay. Well then, please continue to the next part.
So, not long after Senku being healed, he basically decides that, well, since Tsukasa thinks I'm dead, you two are gonna be spies for me in his empire of strength. So, they separate, they go off on their own ways, and Senku goes to try and find basically people or something because he knows there's people out there because he saw the other smoke signal. So he's telling himself, I'm gonna go find the other people and start building my kingdom of science. And that's when he meets Kohaku, who fought Tsukasa and is stuck under a big ass tree.
Alright,
So what he will
there's
do-
one thing I want to bring out, just before I forget again. Why Ogawa and Kohaku have the most disgusting looking eyes I've seen in a long time in anime?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Those eyes!
Those eyes look so bad.
Yeah, it's because they're far apart.
Yeah. Anyway, you can continue now. Also, there is multiple times in the show, by the way, where people have really disgusting lips as well. I don't know what's up with that.
I think because it wasn't the anime. The creators weren't focused on like creating a visual pleasing people, but more focused on the story instead of.
Yeah, they're more focused on the story instead of the art.
That
Until
anime
fucking
is actually like is like really insanely scientifically correct.
yeah, where the visuals are lacking, it makes up for in being accurate.
Like
I think
I
that's
don't know
what they were
if
going
y'all
for.
ever listened to Mythbusters, but Carrie Byron from Mythbusters looked at some scenes from Dr. Stone and actually like agreed that like it's actually really scientifically correct.
Yeah. So, Senku, in order to get the tree off of Kohaku, makes a pulley system, or what is it called? A pull and lift?
He makes pulleys to because like each pulley divides your strengths. It takes half of the load off for you to pull. So using like 3 or 4 pulleys, he's dividing the weight by 4.
Yeah, and he lifts the tree off of Kohaku because of it.
Yeah.
And then
And
Kohaku's free!
And Kohaku saw Tsukasa break Senku's neck. So she already knows that Tsukasa is the bad guy.
Yeah, remember when he's just a straight up bad guy, by the way, and he's not even any redeemable at all? Remember that?
Well, actually, in season 2, you kind of start at the end of season 2, you kind of start feeling for him and why he's like that, and like
What?
fuck up the fact that I didn't spoil anything.
Well, the only thing we know in season 1 was that he basically liked. What did he do? He like cared for a child that died, I think. There's like a flashback in like the 3rd episode that they didn't go over in the recap, so I don't remember it. But basically, he's like really like infatuated with this little girl, and he's like, I must protect her, and then she fucking just like bites the dust or something. What is that alarm? Is that the Raven's
didn't-
wrong alarm or the spoiler alarm?
Didn't
No, that was-
spoil anything.
No, I was making a joke.
Either way. Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't a very good joke, but
Okay. Either way, Tsukasa is an irredeemable piece of shit until season 2, apparently, but in season 1, he's just a generic bad guy, in my opinion.
Well, that's what it feels like in season 1, but to most people. But like I said, like, oh nice, Karma DM does something on Discord.
well, I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'll say.
I
it
will.
anyway.
He was making a pedophile joke. I kind of got it, but I thought that was Monkey doing the alarm. That's why I didn't understand it.
Yeah, no,
No,
it
it
was
wasn't.
me.
You know,
I was
he just
taking that
really
kind of
cares for a little girl. He just sees like the innocence in people, and he wants to protect the innocence in people. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that like I said, like from a political point of view, like it's basically like an ideology conflict.
Except he's
Between
also a
two
murderer.
opposed- Yeah. Well,
So it's like okay, it's the ideology conflict. I would get behind that if it was just an ideology conflict, because that would be interesting. But it's not.
he's a murderer, but everyone follows him. Everyone listens to him.
Yeah, because they're scared of him, not because they respect him.
No, because he's got charisma on his side.
Does he?
He does.
Okay.
When you listen to
Way
it, especially
describing
in
him
English.
reminds me of how they describe Megatron in the Transformers Prime series.
I thought you were gonna say
Charismatic and
Meg from
strong.
Family Guy for some reason.
Actually, that's yeah. Well, yeah, like Tsukasa it might be strong, but like, two, he's got the reputation. He was a well-known wrestler, and two, he's charismatic. So people follow him and get behind his ideology of, we can't bring back all people because they'll try to take back control, and governments will try to take back their countries, and they'll destroy our planet like they used to do. And
Oh
they'll
no,
bring
if
war.
only someone wasn't doing that exact same thing. His ideology is just flawed in every way, and I just hate it. I wish they gave us a compelling, like, antagonist versus protagonist, like, ideology conflict. But then they just make fucking Tsukasa just fucking murder people, and, like, why? Like, he's just an antagonist, and that's it.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Either way.
Since season 2, I don't agree, but I'm done with the develop on that because the fact it's gonna shit on me.
Yeah, because you also can't talk about season 2, where apparently he becomes redeemable, which I doubt. Watch me be able to take that apart in like 2
Trust me,
seconds.
if you want, I'll tell you why he's redeemable afterwards.
You can just DM it in Discord too.
I'll tell you out loud. That's gonna be better.
Okay.
But
So-
not while we're live.
Okay. So Kohaku is alive now and not under a tree with Senku. So Kohaku is going to take them back to their village.
Yes.
And at the village, they meet. Where are their names?
He meets Chrome.
Oh, I thought he met the guards first.
No, he meets Chrome first. Well, no, he meets the Kinro and Ginro. And then he meets, and then like he makes a bubble, and then Chrome's comes running.
Yeah. So Chrome is like Senku, but he was not a super genius who was unpetrified. It's very early told on, if I remember correctly. Monkey, can you confirm?
Chrome isn't a dumb person. To me, he's the smartest person in the village.
I don't mean dumb, I mean compared to Senku.
You know, it's still enough that like he understands what Senku does and is able to help him. He understands Senku's technological talk more than anyone.
Yeah, I can actually. I remember this kind of briefly from 2 years ago when I actually watched it. It was like everybody else was looking at the two of them like, What kind of spell are they casting this time?
Oh, that was Kuhaku mostly. Best girl. Oh, Monkey, I was gonna ask you, in the show, who's best girl?
Good question. I would say that I like Ruri.
Ruri?
Kaku's
She's...
sister.
I was gonna say when I watched it the last time, not recently, I also thought the same thing.
I mean this in a purely non-pedophile way, but Suka is also a good contender. She's very cute.
Yes.
Is that the one with the watermelon head?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's cute.
She is a cutie.
Yes. Hello, show.
Hey,
No,
show.
affected. The girl he was supposed to marry is Ruri.
Ruri. Either way, so Senku meets Chrome, Kinro, and Ginro, but the village doesn't allow outsiders. Because that's
Yeah,
happened before, apparently.
Because the other outsiders are criminals that were casted out of the village.
Oh, they didn't explain that, I thought. Okay, that makes more sense. But basically, Senku needs to infiltrate the village. That's his main mission. So the first thing they do is they make ramen.
Yeah, well, yeah, to gain the village's favor, like to start gaining the people's trust, he brings tasty food, because the idea is to bring to win them over with the stomach, because well, there's one especially
Well, specifically,
one
he
person that
meets he meets Suka first. Sika, Sika.
they're
The watermelon
being
girl.
bonked by the fact that they make ramen for a reason, and they make it with a
Oh yeah, I remember that part. I was thinking about it earlier. I remember he made foxtail ramen.
But he made it out
I
of,
know.
I believe, wheat, like processed wheat or whatever. But there's a fat guy in the village who's really hungry, and he's sick and tired of eating fish, and that's why they make it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
and then
Suika goes into the
another guy
village and
shows up.
infiltrates it.
Yeah, and then another guy shows up and he goes, "This would really go well with a cola," and everybody but Senku looks at him strangely.
Yes, that is Gen
Yeah.
Asagiri.
Asagiri Gan, yes, the mentalist.
The mentalist, magician, and also surprisingly not the biggest douchebag in the show. But still up there.
Well-
So that's, like I said, I remember bits and pieces.
Alright, let's be honest. If you were in Gen's shoes, would you side with fucking Senku, who's like making technological advances, or Tsukasa, who gives you women?
Well, okay, I like women, don't get me wrong, but the dude was promised a cola. If I was promised a drink, a modern drink, fuck yeah, I'd go with the drink.
It was happened later, by the way. He didn't actually promise him that until way later.
Dude, I mean,
But I don't care. I remember that.
I would go with Senku because he convinces Gen when he's like, "I'm gonna make a generator."
Yeah, so basically what's going on is that Gen is from Tsukasa's, like, underlings. And he's specifically sent to go see if Senku is really dead, because for some reason, breaking his fucking neck wasn't evidence enough that he was dead? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, Tsukasa knows that Senku is a super genius, so it's basically him being like, "I better make sure." Because
So he
if-
fucking predicted he would fucking come back from the dead?
yes.
That's bullshit. This anime's bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
Let's say,
No,
yeah,
he
I
didn't
just
predict
wrapped
it,
up
he was
the
like,
basic anime
I
logic.
better make sure.
Anime logic.
Yeah, hey, I killed this person, but I better make sure they don't come back to life as a fucking zombie or something. Also, by the way,
what-
scientific anime, Keck W.
Also, he wanted to
Yeah.
check. He wanted to send Gen to convince the villagers to join him.
Alright, that was a secondary objective. But his primary objective was checking on Senku. So, Monkey, I need your help here. What happens next?
Well, what, like I said, they make a generator who's man-powered. So Kinra and Ginro need to spin that damn thing to generate power, and it looks fucking tiring.
And funny.
They're
Yeah.
the muscle brains.
And at that point, Gen is convinced, and he's even more convinced once Senku promises him to make cola.
I think that happens later, but
Yeah, but no, he promised it early on, but he made it later on.
no, he didn't make it.
Yeah, he made
That's a
it.
spoiler. He didn't make it.
He made it
Okay,
in season one.
okay,
I mean,
I'm
I don't-
going slightly off here on the timeline, but I don't think tells Gen he will make cola until Gen is on his deathbed.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's still like pretty early on because like.
No, it isn't. That's like the end of the middle of season 1.
Yeah, and we're close to the middle of season 1.
We're like 5 episodes away from the middle of season 1.
Wait,
Alright,
really?
fuck off, Raven.
Either
I thought
way,
I thought that was close to the ending of season 1.
no,
They
the
make
ending of
cola-
season 1, they make cell phones.
Yeah, I remember that part.
No, that's
They
like
were
way
like-
later on.
I can't wait to get to episode 23 because that's my favorite episode of the entire
When I-
season 1.
when I-
Yeah,
stopped
did you?
watching
Okay,
it,
really quick.
though.
Did you watch that episode that you sent us? By the way, the recap.
No.
So I love that part. He goes, episode 22. He ends the description of episode 22, and then he goes, episode 23. They make cell phones. And episode 24, and he just completely skips episode 23.
Yeah, that's a shame because episode 23 to me is probably the biggest episode in terms of technological advancement and is my favorite episode.
Well, it's a good episode. Then I can talk to you about it because I know nothing about that episode except apparently they make a cell phone.
When I stopped watching it 2 years ago for some odd reason, they were in the middle of making the cell phone.
Yeah, that was like episode 23, 24. And then season 2, they made cell phones and started doing stuff with the cell phones, I guess.
Well, it was already finished at the.
Well, they finished the first cell phone, but they needed to make a second one.
Yeah, they made it in the time between the two seasons.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Either way. So, Gen is now officially on Senku's side, at least presumably.
So, well, Senku knows it because he knows that like Gen was convinced once he made a generator. So from now on, Gen's job is to keep Tsukasa away for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm. So, next, I think the job was to make a silver spear?
No, that's early on. That's when he arrives. Oh no, that's the goal. Yeah, the silver spear. Do you know what the silver spear is for?
Yes, I do. Actually, the glass blower was first, wasn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so first Senku needs to make glass for bottles. So they
Because, well,
they
he
need
wants-
somebody with a lot of manpower who's really good at crafting and glass blowing. So they send Suika into the village, watermelon head girl, and they basically just straight up kidnap this guy named Kaseki,
yeah, Omen Kasuki.
Old Man Kaseki, who's basically, I think, actually the best animated character in the show. He is. He's
Kaseki
fucking
is a great
fantastic.
character.
I love, I'm a fucking fan of, huge muscles in anime. Not in real life, but in anime. And he does a great job. That's his whole, shtick. He's like, oh, I'm a frail old man. But then when he starts tryharding, he bursts out of his shirt and is,
When he gets
super
excited about
buffed.
crafting.
He turns into Old Man Roshi at 100% power. So basically,
Yeah, because
he glass blows for them and makes a ton of glass bottles and beakers and test tubes and things for Senku.
Well, because Senku shows him how to do it. explains to him how to do it. And they need that because, well, they need sulfuric acid.
Why they need sulfuric acid again?
Oh,
because-
isn't sulfuric acid part of the miracle liquid?
No,
No.
that was nitric
Oh.
acid. Sulfuric acid is the gas that comes from it is deadly to humans, and if you breathe it in, you will die almost immediately.
Yes, but why do
Why
they
did-
need it?
They need it to
Yeah,
make the sulfa drug because at that point in the anime, the goal is to cure Ruri because by curing Ruri from pneumonia, they can gain.
Right.
Senku can gain.
So at this point, Senku knows that the queen of the village, Ruri,
The priestess.
priestess, sorry, is sick, but they don't know what sickness. So they're going to make an antibiotic to help her get over her sickness. And that's where they need the sulfuric acid. So the first thing they do is they find silver and they make a silver spear. The reason that they make the silver spear is because it corrodes immediately upon coming into contact with the air, the toxic gas given off from sulfuric acid.
Yes.
So they basically give Ginro this silver spear. They tell him it's going to be super cool, it's going to make you super powerful, and it's going to look awesome. And Ginro's all about it. And then they tell him, oh, by the way, also we need you to basically go in front of all of us and put the spear in front of you to, basically make sure none of us die. And Ginro is like, ha, save me. And then he does it. So they end up getting sulfuric acid as well as creating, what is it called? Like rebreathers? Breathing masks? Filters? What do you want to call them?
The mask, the mask to breathe to filter the oxygen. Yeah.
Yeah. They basically create like little oxygen tanks and little gas masks. That's the word I was looking for, gas masks.
mask.
Yeah, sorry. So Chrome, Senku, and Ginro, it's technically just Senku and Chrome go collect the sulfuric acid, but Ginro tails behind them, saves Chrome's life at one point when Chrome was about to fall and slip and die. And then they have sulfuric acid. I don't remember what happens next, so Monkey, take it away.
So by getting sulfuric acid, it's a vital component to making the sulfa drug, because they need to basically make more and more potent acid. To I don't remember for what component it's needed, but it's needed to make a component for the sulfa drug, and that's basically the extent of their use for the acid as of. Like, for now. They're going to use it again later.
So, next thing they need is alcohol. And it just so happens that there is a tournament happening in the town, and they introduce a new character, Magma, and his flunkies, Mantle and someone else. Soiza?
Yeah. Let me check my character list.
I don't know. I don't remember this part at all.
Carbo.
Who?
Like the other idiot was hangouts with Magma.
Yes, Mantle and who?
Carbo.
Turbo?
Carbo.
Tarbo.
Car.
Carbo.
His name is mentioned in the manga.
I'm looking really quick, and I'm trying to see if they actually show him, and I don't see him on the wiki page I'm looking at. But I'll take your word for it.
An idiot too.
Yeah, pretty much. So either way, it turns out that they're holding a contest of strength to take Ruri's hand in marriage. And Magma is like the best fighter in the village besides Kuhaku. Obviously, Kuhaku can't win, though. She did last year, and that was a scandal because she can't marry her sister. Not only is she a girl and that's forbidden love, but they're also sisters. That's extra forbidden.
Well, I mean...
I said it's forbidden. I never said that I have any problems with it. I just said it's forbidden.
Well, maybe to them.
To them, it's forbidden. Also, in Japanese terms, it's forbidden.
Oh, I'm sure there's a fanfic of it somewhere.
Probably. Actually, I don't think there would be. You'd be surprised. That's a niche archetype for sister lovers. But either way, Magma wants to win the tournament as the strongest male. He actually wants to become Rory's husband, but then wants to fake Rory's suicide because he doesn't want to deal with a sick wife. So the tournament is going to be held, and Kinro, Ginro, Suka, Gen, Chrome, Kuhaku, and Senku are all going to participate in the tournament, or most of them are going to participate in the tournament to attempt to let Chrome be the winner, because Chrome and Ruri actually have a crush on each other. At that point, Senku realizes that Watermelon Girl is wearing a watermelon because she has bad eyesight. So he actually creates glasses for her out of the circles cut into the watermelon, and then she can see. Does anything happen before the tournament, Monkey? Anything else?
Well, Senku figures out the loophole to enter the tournament, but beside that, they try to make an energy drink to boost the hell out of
Ginro. It was Ginro.
Chrome. It was Ginro.
It was Ginro.
But he drinks all of it. No, Ginro drinks it, but it was to boost Chrome.
Oh, okay.
No, not to boost Chrome. It was to boost Kinro. But Ginro drank it because it was sugary.
Okay.
So Ginro is boosted as shit, and also eats the primary ingredients for it. So now he's boosted like a fucking gorilla, and he's also a huge wimp.
And he's also shitty at fighting.
Yeah.
So now everything is laid out so that they can take on Magma and everybody else in the tournament. To make things short, Mantle and Magma... actually, first, doesn't the thing with Gen happen?
I don't.
You mean when Gen comes back and yeah?
No, Gen comes back, but doesn't the other thing happen where he gets the shit beat out of him first?
Yeah, Magma tries to kill him, but Gen tricks him.
Yes. So Magma tries to kill him, but it doesn't work. And Gen reports back to Tsukasa, basically saying that Kanku is dead. And then he returns back to the village.
Yeah.
During the fight, some shenanigans happen, some funny moments happen. We can just skip over it unless you think there's anything worth mentioning, Monkey.
Well, there is the way the loophole that Gen figures out to help. I think it was Kinro win. No,
it was Kinro, and then
Kinro?
Chrome. It was Kinro and then Chrome. So what happens is Suika's
that helped Chrome win because Gen figures out that you can't throw something to basically interfere with the fight, but if he fakes casting a spell on Magma that will make his heart blow up while he if he moves a muscle, the villagers won't know if it's fake or not because they believe in sorcery. So it's
Because they're completely.
It can't be proven safely that it's interference or if it's not.
So while this is happening, basically some shenanigans happened, and Suika's watermelon helmet has been broken, and now Chrome, beating the shit out of, is holding the broken helmet on a stick, attempting to set Magma's clothes on fire, and again just told him that he can't move for 1 minute. So the light going through the lens is slowly setting Magma's clothes on fire. Eventually, his clothes are set on fire, and Chrome knocks him into the water by hitting him in the dick. And then the final part happens where Ruri says she's going to marry whoever wins. I don't know why this wasn't brought up to Ginro earlier, but Ginro just learns about this, basically going, oh fuck, I want to be the king, or whatever. So Ginro and Senku were supposed to fight. Ginro is supposed to just surrender, but he doesn't. So Senku hits him in the nuts, and then Ginro forfeits. And then Senku and Chrome are on the final end. Senku is about to give up, but Chrome is so beaten that he just falls unconscious, and Senku is declared the winner before he can forfeit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
'cause
And now he's like, oh fuck,
I
I'm
remember
married now.
briefly about that part because at that point it didn't matter who wins because they get the same result anyway.
well, yeah, but Chrome and Ruri don't get married.
Well,
I mean, like, I know who
technically,
cares, but
Senku
still.
got divorced.
Yes.
Immediately after.
Senku immediately divorced her because he didn't care, he was just in it for the alcohol. And then he makes the antibiotic for Ruri. Ruri takes the antibiotic. And this is the part where I need Monkey to start taking over the recap because I don't remember this much because I stopped watching before Ruri got the medicine.
So after becoming chief and gaining the trust of the village, Senku needs to make basically like what he calls the strongest weapon of modern warfare. And Gena immediately goes, "You're not thinking of nukes, are you?" And Senku goes, "No, I'm thinking about communication, phone. I want to make a phone." And everyone is like, "Cell phone?" And Gen's like, he's just dumbstruck by and thinks it's gonna be impossible. So they make this huge roadmap to make a cell phone, which is several times harder than the sulfa drug. So fun fact: while doing that, they end up making a cotton candy machine, and they use that machine to make the wiring for the cell phone. Because they spin gold in it to make gold wiring.
I believe you skipped over important.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of shit about the cell phone making.
Yeah, I don't.
Specifically thinking about the attack on the village. That happened before they made cotton candy.
Oh yeah, the attack on the village. That's right.
Yes.
So yeah, Tsukasa attacks the village, and burns. He sends his like
Hyoga.
Yoga. That's right. I fucking hate Yoga because if you're looking for Yoga is that character. I won't say why because that's season 2.
Actually, in season 2, but in season 1, it's he get to it.
Oh yeah, true, yeah. Yoga is purely sadistic. He burns down the village.
You're skipping over very important things
he
and my
attacks.
question.
What?
So first thing that happens is Hyoga and
Oh yeah, your question about katanas.
and Gen attack the village with a bunch of nameless lackeys from Tsukasa's army. There's also a girl there named Homura,
Homura, yes.
who's like supposed to be like a pretty girl, I guess, I think, but her lips are disgustingly ugly, and her eyes are too far apart. So good job, anime. Either way, she's pink-haired. That's all you need to know about her. And while defending the village, some stuff happens, and they don't do much except a gun to stop the invaders. And
Well, he just blows up gunpowder out of a metal tube, and he asks Magma to chuck a rock at a pile of dirt on the other side to make it look like he missed.
yes. So the invaders are like, okay, we're fucking out of here. He has a gun. So, that
And they
gives...
also have katanas.
Not yet. There is then 2 days where they are basically waiting for rain so that Senku's gun won't work, because they think they're waiting for it to rain. Because that would water clog the gun, I guess? Even though we could just have an umbrella.
No, because like he needs to light the fuse for the gunpowder, and you can't light fire when it's raining.
You could just use an umbrella.
Not in the stone world, sadly.
He can make an umbrella out of palm leaves or something.
I mean, yeah.
Either way,
Fuck.
that's not important. That's not important. We can just get past this. Basically, then in the recap, they said that Okay, so here's the position. There's invaders waiting on the other side of the bridge, and they are on an island with no access to their scientific tools.
They're not on the other side of the bridge. They retreated farther away.
Oh, so they can reach their scientific tools.
Yes.
Okay, that was not explained in the video. That was where my confusion came from. Because when it finally started to rain, the next attack on the village, Senku and the other villagers had fucking katanas out of nowhere. And I was wondering, how the fuck do they make katanas?
Well, they already have an iron forge to melt iron. So Senku showed
Kasuki?
how like it's made, and like technically to make a real katana, to make it for it to be legitimate, you need to fold the metal 10 times and reforge it 10 times. But
At
you
least.
can achieve the same quality of a katana with 2 folds. So that's what he does. He shows Kazuki how to make katanas and introduces them to metal weapons, which are a significant upgrade compared to the stone weapons used by the Empire of Strength.
Yes. So at this point, I think it was Hyoga. Gen sabotages their spear so that they cannot get a killing blow on, I think it was Kohaku.
Yeah, because he basically Suika is sent to bring Gen a small knife. So Gen cuts the little string thingy that basically holds together Hyoga's spear. By doing that, his spear falls apart, and
Yes.
he can't attack anymore. So basically, they have to retreat.
Yes,
For good.
but while this was all happening, Homura,
Homura.
her mission was actually to sneak into the village and set it on fire while they were fighting, and she was successful in her mission. So all of the villagers, after the invaders retreat, now the villagers have to retreat from their burning village, and they are now on the run.
Well, no, the entire, it's not the entire village who burned to ash. It was actually only certain building, and one of those buildings was the building where the potato wine was being held.
Potato
And that-
wine?
Yes, they made potato wine,
Okay.
and they when it's superheated, it makes sugar crystals, and they're gonna use these sugar crystals to make cotton candy to test out the cotton candy machine before putting gold in it.
Yes. Along the way, Humaru, I already keep forgetting how to say her name. Her last name is probably easier. Momiji?
Homer.
Either way, the pink-haired girl is spying on them.
Homer.
They make cotton candy, and they actually leave her some cotton candy because they know that they're being spied on.
Yes.
Which is important later, I assume. But they mentioned it in the video, so I figured I'd mention it as well.
Well, because like she basically can see every single move they're making.
Yes. So what happens next?
Oh. Next, they obviously like the episode after the villages burn down is when they make the wiring and everything, and soon after, Chrome, when he sees because like it's the problem is like when they're making cotton candy, they're making it with a rope and they go back and forth. So when the rope comes back, there's a slight millisecond where like it doesn't spin as fast, so there's clumps in the cotton candy. So the problem is that like if they use that, If they put gold, the gold wiring will have clumps and won't work. So they use Kohaku's shield to make a gear, and that gives Chrome an idea. Chrome is gonna go get Kazuki, and they're gonna build a water wheel. And that water wheel is a part of why I love episode 23 so much.
Actually, happens in episode 22, by the way.
Yeah, and in episode 22 they also make a advanced light bulb that I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
They make a
But,
Christmas tree.
No, they made a Christmas tree, but they also make like an advanced light bulb using tungsten. And you had a question about tungsten, if I remember correctly.
They didn't use tungsten for the light bulbs.
No, they used they used bamboo.
Yes.
But in the advanced light bulb, to make to put in the cell phone in the fuck, what was it called again? The factor. Do you have an idea what it's called? I don't remember.
I don't know if they're still here.
It probably is. Let me check. Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He's still in chat.
What was it fucking called? It's a. It's basically a light bulb that pumps up at the signal of the cell phone. So to make that, they need something stronger than bamboo. So they use tungsten that Suika
So
accidentally
specifically, Suika has tungsten. They climb to a mountaintop to watch the night sky on New Year's, and for some reason, Suika's tungsten starts to glow, and that
That's
gives
because-
Senku the idea to use it for the light bulbs.
That's because raw tungsten is called She-Light, and She-Light glows when exposed to ultraviolet light, which is quite present at the sunrise.
Okay, see, that answers my question perfectly. Because I was wondering why it was glowing, because they did not explain in the video, but there's a science reason for it.
So with that in mind, Senku decides that they need to go down to the caves and get some more because they're not gonna have enough. But tungsten is tough as hell, so they decide to bring Magma along to get this tungsten. And everyone in the village is really
Wary.
worried because like they know that Magma isn't a fan of Senku. And it's between that cave that I won't spoil that because I think it's a good turning point. But it's in that cave that Magma and Senku, that's basically Magma will start respecting Senku.
Can we
For
talk about
one
what
reason.
Chrome does?
No, I'm talking about that it's in that trip in the caves that Magma starts respecting Senku.
Okay, well, I don't know what you don't want to spoil, so I'm not sure what to say.
Well, basically, like something happened. Like Magma and Senku come across I don't remember the name of the stone, but they're really brittle stones that if you step on it, like it collapses. It's basically like stepping on thin glass. And there are cold water sources under those sheets of rock. And Senku and Magma fall into one.
Yes.
So not only did Senku save Magma's life,
It was the other way around.
yeah, they both save each other's life because like Senku figured out that like Chrome could use the tube from his gas mask to pump water into the hole where Magma is to rise Magma up, and Magma chucks Senku out of the water because Senku clearly won't survive the cold.
Okay. And, I don't know what you were alluding to, but basically, Magma's the new Taiju.
No.
Yeah,
No,
totally.
He's not. No.
He's not very smart, and he's all muscle. He's the new Tanju.
No, because Taiju is against killing in every way. Like, if
Oh yeah, no, I mean Magma's still a piece of shit, but I mean, for science
Oh.
purposes, he still fills the role that he filled.
Well, I'm gonna shut up about this. Who's leaving and joining?
Oh, it's funny. I got disconnected.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
So they come back and they make the light bulbs, The advanced light bulbs that I don't fucking remember the name. It's ticking me off.
LEDs? I don't know.
No, it's not LEDs. And using that, they are one step closer, and that's when Chrome comes back crawling on the floor and says, Seku, it's finished. 3 days, no sleep. And then Senku follows him and sees the water wheel. He built a water wheel. And then Senku has a flash. And he looks at the... And now we're in my favorite episode, by the way. And he tells everyone, guys, is the... Like... It's not only going to be making cotton candy, it's going to be easier with this. And remember, he built a generator. So they bring the generator to the water wheel, and they make a bunch of wooden gears, and with that they can actually like they Senku made a hydroelectric water plant. So they obviously need to store a lot of that electricity. So they make batteries. That's why I love that episode so much. Like that episode changes so much because that episode also brings automated iron smelting. Because Senku builds a huge ass pump that like basically like a souffle for like the thing to pump air into a fireplace.
Fellows.
A fellow, yeah, fellas, whatever the fuck it's called in English. To pump a fuck ton of air into the furnace. So now the electrical production is completed, and they don't have to make iron to smelt iron by pumping air by hand. The episode 23 is titled "The Age of Energy" and changes everything. This episode is like they enter a new age in humanity, and I love it. Like, and especially the end scene, like in the end scene, we see Senku say goodbye to relying on manpower and say hello to the age of energy, and we see Senku just holding 2 wires in his hand and a fuck ton of electricity just leaping out. And it's like an amazing scene.
Okay. That's episode 23, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I put it on my watch list. I'm going to watch it right after the podcast.
It's like my favorite episode.
Yeah. So, episode 24 is the last episode we're going to talk about. Would you please give us the summary of this episode? And I'll jump in when Hugo is available, or Huaiga.
So episode 24 is actually like an episode where another like important episode of the end of the series, but it's also like where they test out the first cell phone. Because in episode 24 the cell phone is completed, and they need to test it. So they make a and also in episode 24 before they test it, they find something. Because there's a tell because the Senku says we're gonna need a speaker. So Chrome says like the bee because Chrome thought that a speaker was a type of bee because of one of the tales of one of the legends of the village. It was written by Senku's dad because Senku, I don't know if that was in the recap that you listened to, but there were 6 astronauts in space when humans were turned to stone, and Senku's dad was one of these humans. When they came
we completely skipped that.
Yeah, and when they come back to Earth, they basically are the 6 original members of Ishigami Village. Everyone in Ishigami Village descends from these 6 astronauts.
So it wasn't incestuous, guys, I promise.
Well, after hundreds of generations, nobody is related after that long.
You'd think.
So,
so there's something worth mentioning is that Senku's dad creates what is called, I think, the 100 holy texts.
The 100 tales, which is basically like stuff to help them survive, and one of them is especially designed for someone of our era because of speakers and like a beat named speaker that when he puts his dart on a grave he can hear the voice of the dead, and something clicks in Senku's brain and goes to his dad's grave, his supposed grave, and says, "That's way too simple for my dad." And it turns out that that grave is a time capsule that contains the bottom of a glass bottle that was turned into a disc, like a CD
Mm-hmm.
that holds the voice of the 6 astronauts, of the founder of the village.
And also
So
a song.
Yeah, and so it's basically Senku like hearing the voice of his dad for the last time, and that disc basically holds the also a song from one of the most famous singers of the time of the time. She doesn't exist in actually exist, but like she what the fuck?
Lillian Wenberg.
That's it. Thank you, Lillian. So it's basically like Byakuya, Senku's dad saying, like I promised, I brought you a surprise from space. And that time that like little DVD was meant to help Senku convince the people from Ishigami village if he still had trouble convincing them. So like, that's a huge part of of uh, the um of the episode because like Ruri it seems really emotional about it because to her like it's kind of magic that allows Senku to talk to his dad over like millions of years apart, thousands of years apart. And with after that they obviously like make the speaker and they make the cell phone because they use cell phone parts to make the basically I don't know what the fuck is the name of the thing in English to read an old like
A
black
record
CD
player?
thing. A record player, thank you. So when they did that Ruri is on the side with the speaker and Chrome is talking in the cell phone. And everyone who's watched it goes fucking hell Chrome, like he did a Chrome thing but still like he had the biggest chance ever and he fucking missed it like the fucking anime dope that he is. He's in love with Ruri and Ruri is in love with Chrome, so he could have had the opportunity like to tell Ruri over like because to them like speaking in a cell phone like that is a huge moment because like hearing their voices over such distance. So they like Gin Rogers goes, "Hey Chrome, only Rui is listening on the other side," and like it seems for a moment that something clicks in Chrome's head, but instead he just goes, "Hey Rui, you can hear me? That's bad!" And everyone is just, even in the anime, like everyone is just, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Chrome!" Like he basically at that moment, Chrome felt as dense as he say in Nashville DxD.
Mm.
So yeah, episode 24 is basically like a very emotional episode
And then the ending
To end this-
happens.
to end the series, and then like Senku says like, well the fine like Suga says probably gonna wait until spring to make his attack. So it's basically like, well, they're gonna prepare in the meantime. And then it ends with a screen saying season 2 confirmed.
You're forgetting something completely. Hugo and Hamura chase after them at some point. Do you remember that, Monkey?
What?
Hyoga and Hamura?
Yeah.
Hamura? They chase after them at some point, and I forget exactly what happens, but they're going to kill Suika, but Suika manages to get away, kind of, and while they're
That's in
chasing...
the tournament.
Huh?
You thought it's not? It was Magma and Mental.
Nope. Let me go watch the video really quick. I'll pull it up.
It was Magma and
No.
Mental.
I
And
am
the tournament
talking
was-
about the second time she was almost kidnapped.
Episode 13.
Let me see here.
when they're running after Suika, and Suika hides in the tree, and and like all of the no, like she runs and then escapes, and people follow her, and then the Sukasa guys get asphyxiated by the sulfuric acid gas.
Alright, this is during
what-
episode...
I know what you're talking
Now
about,
known to
Raven.
Tsukasa and his men. Yep.
Episode 19.
It just clicked what you were talking about.
Yes, in episode 19, basically, I forget the gist of what was happening, but they were running away, and Hyoga and Homura and a bunch of random people are chasing after Suka, and the
Suika.
poisonous cloud of sulfuric acid is about to catch them when Kohaku and I think Senku catch up to Suika and put a gas mask on her and jump up a tree,
Yeah.
while Hyoiga, Homura, whatever, and a bunch of nameless people climb up a different tree to save themselves from the gas.
Well, no, only Homura and Yoga climbed the tree. The other guys just died because.
No, the
Yeah,
other
they
three
did.
are on the tree, and Hyoga
No, they died.
specifically
They died.
Hyoga specifically wanting to test if the poison is actually going to kill them, kicks them off of the tree into the poison.
Fair enough.
So Hyoiga is actually a murderer.
Yeah, no, Yoga is the actual monster. Yeah, like he's the like Tsukasa will cry for his fallen soldiers of the Emperor of Strength. Yoga doesn't give a shit.
Also, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I looked up his age. Is that a spoiler, Monkey?
I don't think so.
He's 20 years old, or in his 20s at least. Which would make him an adult. Which means, why the fuck would Tsukasa fucking revive him if he's an adult? And also a murderer?
Because he's young and he's a profession. Like he was also a well-known figure in a certain style of fighting.
Either way. The only question I have left before we end the episode, if you're okay ending the episode, is do they fight Tsukasa in episode or season 2?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I would assume so, but I don't know for sure.
Well, the season 2 isn't called Stone Wars for nothing.
Okay. It is, it ends with Senku basically saying he wants to meet back up with Tanju and Y.
Taiju and usually yeah. And that's why the cell phone exists, so they can communicate.
Tanju and woman.
Yeah, Tanju and the woman.
The woman.
Does she ever make herself useful in the anime?
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay,
She's-
good.
She's really freaking useful in season 2.
Because season 1, she was not useful.
Like, in season 2, you're like she actually plays a major role.
Good.
In the background, but she in the background she plays a major role.
I just had a great idea for a fucking hentai. Just,
Oh, wonderful.
Tanju and Yuzaharu NTR with fucking, Tsukasa.
Oh God.
You know what? Not a bad idea.
If I'm into it, just because I really like the shape of Taiju and Yuzuha.
That's what makes the NTR even better, baby.
I might be an NTR sensei, but I'm not that much into NTR.
Neither am I, but I also like it on occasion, and this would be a perfect time for it.
Yeah, it's good for certain things, not for everything.
As long as you don't enter Sid Snap's level of
Degeneracy?
first loving of degeneracy, we're okay. Like if you tell me you're into ugly bastard shit, I'm gonna actually
No, I'm not into
Yeah.
Ugly Bastard. I meme on it, but I'm not into it.
good.
I don't understand who could be into that anyway.
Yeah, who the hell is actually into
Yeah.
Kohaku? Shots fired.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
knows
back
that
then,
her
who was
older
into
sister's
Kohaku?
the real prize.
Kohaku's an ugly bastard. That's my point. Because her eyes are so far apart.
Yeah,
She
but
reminds
she's
me of
still, like, an
Sid from
important
Ice
character.
Age.
Oh my god.
Dude, I can see.
Oh,
Fucking
Brandon,
shit.
it'd be a great idea for me. I'm gonna have to go make it late. I'm gonna go make that later.
Great.
I'm gonna make it tomorrow and post it.
Well, we've been live for an hour and 30 minutes.
I just want to point out that before we started, Raven was telling me that he wasn't sure we could go for an hour with this.
Well, I wasn't sure what we were going to do, but we ended up recapping the entire series, basically.
The entire season 1, which we don't usually do. But
I don't know what the fuck we're going to do for Friday's episode. You better have a lot of questions
Dragon Age
ready.
Inquisition.
Origins.
Origins, yeah.
Don't you worry
Karma.
about Friday's episode. I got it handled.
You better have a working mic.
Look, I'll see what was wrong with it tonight and see if I can't figure out how to fix it. Because I don't think phone audio would be, the
It's
best.
not ideal. Especially if you're going to be leading the episode.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I might have to plug in my other mic.
Yep. And then the episode after that on next Wednesday, unless we have to cancel it for some reason, is going to be So I May Spider, So What? The last episode should be out either this week or next week. So, Monkey, you better start watching it because it's 24 episodes long.
Gonna talk with you about that, but like if we could put it further away, that would be great.
Okay, we can do the VTubers and Log Horizon first, but, like...
I'm gonna talk with you afterwards, but
We
like
have to
I
do
have
Seven
something
Deadly
coming
Sins
up
at
that
some
won't allow
point.
me to. I have a second fishing trip coming up, and I'm coming out back on Wednesday that we're recording at like 2 p.m.
Okay.
So like we can't do an episode where we have to do a huge preparation.
Well, considering our next 3 episodes all require huge preparation besides Dragon Age, we're probably just gonna have to skip that week, then.
No, we'll figure out something. I don't want us to skip a week just because.
Well, like I said, next episode is going to be Dragon Age Origins.
Wait. Raven, was
Yes.
it you that told me you never watched Interspecies Reviewers?
No, I've watched it.
Who was it in the NTR? That
I
you never
didn't
watched?
see it.
That's what next Monday's episode.
Okay. Let me
Okay.
see it.
Do you want me to watch it, or should I go
I'm
in
gonna
blind?
get you a recap.
Okay. I'll watch
And
that.
I've read the manga. I'm reading the light novel, so I have a fuck ton of information.
What's the
Also,
name
can
of the
Can
name
I
of it
just
again?
say, Seven Deadly Sins, season 5, it's fucking awesome. By the way, so far.
I'll take a look at it
Is it Interspecies Reviewers? Is that the one we're doing?
next week.
No, Monster Musume, right? Wait, which one are we doing? I'm confused.
We could do that too.
Are we doing Interspecies Reviewers or Monster Musume?
I like Monster Girls, so any one of them is fine.
Karma, have you seen
We
Monster Musume?
I have, yes.
So we're doing Interspecies Reviewers.
Okay. I have seen most of it, but not all of it.
I have not seen any of Interspecies.
It is a
I've seen all
hentai.
of it.
Is it? I thought
Yeah.
it was an anime.
That's a debate for the next episode.
It is porn. Without penetration.
No, it's not a hentai because technically you don't see the penis, and you don't see a vagina. You don't see penetration.
You do see a vagina.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yes,
You
I
don't- you
guarantee
don't
you
look
do in the intro and outro at the very least. Not like spread
No,
open,
they are-
but it's there.
They are hidden.
No, they
They're
are
blanked
not.
out. Yes, they are.
You did not see the same version I did, my friend.
Oh wow.
I saw the uncensored
The
version.
uncensored
Did you not
official
see the
version.
uncensored version?
I own the uncensored version. Vaginas are not shown in the anime.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Fuck off.
All right. Either way,
well,
next
can we not
Circle
get
thing
into this
with
argument
Crim's
right
face
now?
on it.
Friday's Dragon Age, Wednesday's
Or-
Interspecies Reviewers, and then it'll be So I'm a Spider, So What? And then VTubers, and then Log Horizon. Unless you want to do Monster Musume after Interspecies Reviewers.
I mean, like, I would like to do that afterward. I would like to get into the more demanding episodes.
Monster Musume can be episode 10. Then.
Well, like, can we do like VTubers and all of the other ones like that require and like technically so I'm a Sparta, so what afterwards, so I have time to watch it.
Yes, that's why we're doing Interspecies Reviewers and Monster Musume first.
And when are we doing VTubers?
Episode 12.
I kind of got Milky Way's excited about the episode, so.
Well, do you want to do it sooner?
This fucking guy.
Yes, because I got her mod excited, and her mod got her excited.
Nice. Alright, so let me give you the rundown of the actual dates. So today was the Dr. Stone episode. In 2 days is going to be July 2nd. There's going to be the episode on Dragon Age Origins. And then on July 7th is the episode on Interspecies Reviewers. And then July 14th is going to be Monster Musume. And then July 21st is going to be So I'm a Spider, So What? And then July 28th is going to be VTubers.
I mean, that might change when in due time, but like.
What day are you going on your fishing trip? The 14th or the 7th?
The 4th to the 4th of July to the 7th of July.
Okay. So that will be Interspecies Reviewers, and then Monster Musume. I guess we could do VTubers and then So I'm a Spider, So What?
So
Yeah.
on the 24th. So what date would be the VTuber episode?
The 16th, I believe.
The 16th of
Wait. The 2nd is going to be Interspecies Reviewers. The 9th is Monster Musume. The 16th is going to be VTubers.
Got it.
That gives us 3 weeks to prep for that, which we're gonna need. Because you need to find at least one clip of your VTuber, and you need to find at least... Well, we need to find all the people who are going to be guesting on the episode, and we need to list all of their VTubers.
Okay.
Is it okay if I just I'm gonna talk about Milky Ways, but there's like one other VTuber that you, Raven, and you also come and know who she is, that we discovered yesterday, that I want to briefly talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about her as well. I think everyone should have like maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see.
No,
Yeah,
well,
that's no problem.
well, if we get guests, one is gonna per person is gonna be plenty. I just want to talk about her because we kind of broke her with bits, so.
Yeah, that's fun.
We could do that. I don't mind. I could find 2 if you need.
I already know Pika-Me
well-
is going to be one of mine.
Don't spoil it.
No.
I told mine, but like.
You already
Yeah,
told
but-
yours, that's why I told one of mine.
Yeah, but I still want most of them to be a surprise. Like, that would be fun.
Yeah, like Sukasa. That's going to be my VTuber. I'm going to do Sukasa.
I would
You
do
did a gun
Sonic the
VTuber.
VTuber.
I could rig a model, it would be perfect. That's
Yeah,
actually
it's
our
not
debut, where we're doing VTubers, by the way.
What?
That's going to be the debut where we do VTubers.
What?
The VTuber episode.
That'd be funny.
We only got 4 weeks, boys.
So, how are we gonna do that?
With, not doing it.
We're gonna get VTuber avatars eventually, and I hope we're gonna keep like that beautiful piece of art as the background anyway.
Oh yeah.
Like,
We could see about it. We could see about Anju doing a second piece for us, which is just the room without the people, and then we could just put our VTuber PNGs at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
We could be PNG tubers. I'm okay with that.
We could do that. I mean, aren't we technically kind of that right now?
Well, we don't move when we talk. So no.
Oh,
Well, it would be fun to have actual moving VTubers.
Yeah, but that costs money and time.
Yeah.
So
Later on, that's a project for even later on.
yes, this stream made exactly $0. So that's how close we are to our donation goal of getting VTuber models. Can I actually add that on screen? Let me try that really quick. Chat box, color gradient, countdown, browser source. No, I cannot add that. So that'll be for later.
so are we gonna rate anybody? Is there anybody
Debo is
live?
live.
Debo's live. We're gonna raid Debo.
All right.
At raid Derail Reynolds Jr. Did I spell his name right? I think I did.
I've noticed something.
What?
There's one, I think, two people that have been here for every single episode. And me, Alcoholics has been here for a lot of the episodes, but Commander Root and Code 152
Are
Yeah, I don't
probably
know.
bots. Are you guys bots?
No, Code's not a bot. I've talked to him before in the.
Oh, okay. If you're
Code's
not
not a
bots,
bot.
you have to say something in chat, otherwise I'm bopping you. You're gonna get the ban
He's
hammer.
gonna bob them.
That I know Code's not a bot because I talked to him before. Raven, you did it wrong.
I know I'm working on it.
Why?
There we go. Alright, everyone, this was the NTR episode 7. Please remember to like, subscribe, give us all your money.
Wow.
You're so desperate, eh?
We are desperate.
Are you that desperate?
I am. I gotta find a job soon. We'll see how that impacts our schedule.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone, goodbye. Have a good night.
Bye.
Watch